Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the new terrain for Necromunda. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Enter the Underhells with the even grimier new terrain for Necromunda. Hive Secundus was once the jewel of Necromunda, a center of learning and enlightenment. Its inhabitants living lives of comfort in comparison with the drudgery of the rest of the Hive cities. But nothing good can last on Necromunda, and Secundus was outdone by the hubris of its scholars, or at least one scholar in particular. So once the male-strain genestealer cult had thoroughly embedded itself into all the echelons of society, the Imperial House was forced to take drastic measures, gravity bombing the Hive into itself to form a gaping chasm of a twisted metal and dead cultists. Alright, so here we have a picture of the new Hive Secundus terrain, and we can see it's a lot of like melted and heavily damaged pieces. Pretty cool. And then we get a look at the actual individual components. So we have 3 of the main pillars with some light damage. We have 3 that are in like various stages of melting. We have 3 small walls that are heavily damaged, 1 regular damaged small wall. And then we have 2 of the doors, 1 large and 1 small, also have sustained quite a bit of damage. Then we have a busted open Prometheum pipe with some wires leaking out. And then we have some broken floor pieces, a bunch of small ones, and then a 2-piece. And then we also have some like disheveled looking pipes that can fit in between the pillars as either a large piece, small piece, a little bridge on top, and then some various little bits. So pretty nice accessory set, especially if you already have a nice set of Zone Mortalis Terrain, because you can basically use this in addition to what you already have to expand your set and then obviously add quite a bit of battle damage. So really cool. The Zone Mortalis Terrain is some of the best terrain Games Workshop has ever made. I absolutely love it. I think the detail on it, the modularity is as close to perfect as you can get. So the addition of these damage pieces and like thematic components are absolutely awesome. I am definitely super excited for this as I have a few sets of the Zone Mortalis Terrain and tiles myself. You can build some absolutely amazing, and the level of immersion that this terrain set gives you is top notch. So very, very cool. Definitely exciting. Well, that was the plan, because while Secundus was pulverized, leveled, and compacted, the gene filler infestation survived, albeit twisted by the esoteric energies that destroyed its home. Parts of the Hive survived too, but not in a factory-fresh condition, which means that for your upcoming games in the ruins of Secundus, the current Zone Mortalis terrain just won't cut it, and its clean lines and largely intact apparatus. To create the full atmosphere, you're going to need the new ruined Zone Mortalis. So here we see a close-up just highlighting some of the awesome damage and everything as the gravity bomb has like caved in a lot of these various components. So this is definitely more of an aesthetic kit right here, as it adds a lot of like super cool elements to the game, but doesn't necessarily bring anything specifically to the table that we don't already see with like the full set. This cunning terrain set is fully compatible with the existing Zone Mortalis terrain, but crucially adds elements of destruction and decay. There are buckled and ruined columns, damage and hold walls, smashed platforms, broken doors, and other busted accessories. Most excitingly, there are sections of pipe walls Ganger can see through but not cross them, adding a new dimension to combat in the darkness. But you're not in the Underhells for the scenery. You're there on a mission to recover lost data crystals. Unless your surname is Helmar, of course. In which case, you're on a mission to kill as many genestealers as possible to cock a snook at your 17th cousin twice removed at the annual House Trazior family get-together. These data crystals are kept in data stack clusters, and you'll be able to battle for them shortly after the Hive Secundus box comes out. Alright, so we kind of got a little preview of this already, and these are like the various crystal containment devices, and then we have like a centrally located piece. Pretty awesome, I have to say. This is a nice like centerpiece for the battle. Again, just adds a really cool element. Obviously, between the paint job and the actual sculpts of this kit, it goes perfectly with the Necromunda terrain, and it's also going to add some certain thematic and like mission focused elements to your games. So very, very cool. Very excited for this. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch, and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. You get 2 stacks to a box, and between these and the ruined Zone Mortalis, you'll be able to make an incredibly satisfying 3D board to fight over as your band of foolhardy looters goes over the deep end in search of precious repositories of lost data. We've got a lot more to show you from Necromunda Hive Secundus, including more new miniatures, so stay tuned on the normal channels. So very, very cool. I am definitely super excited for this. I absolutely love the Zone Mortalis Terrain, and adding in like some nice large elements that can either be packed in tightly, combined with the current Zone Mortalis pieces to create some like center upon objectives, a little bit more of like the thematic element to expand out your existing collection and bring some like new aspects to the game. So very, very cool. Definitely excited to pick these up. I will definitely be picking them up. It says that you get 2 sets of this in the actual terrain pack, and it does appear that these will be 2 separate terrain packs. So we'll have like the crystal and the repository as one set. You'll get 2 of these in that box. And then we'll have essentially like the Zone Mortalis damage set as well. Again, just really nice terrain right here, adding another element to your games. And by using the base stuff that's currently available in the range and then adding these in certain areas, we can make it look like a bomb has gone off. These are still fully modular, which is one of the really nice things about the Zone Mortalis terrain is everything sort of like clips into place. The actual Zone Mortalis tiles have 3-dimensional texture that allows all these pieces to clip onto it. So even if you have a little accident or bump your table or anything like that, it doesn't just fall all apart. I've also went through the process and done like some extremely detailed magnetizations for my set as well. So a bunch of the components are actually magnetized for accessories. Again, adding like a little bit of extra sturdiness to the board and keeping it completely modular. It was a ton of work, and I have a video showing off that table that I built. If you haven't checked out that video, highly recommend it. It's like the channeled feature page where I basically took a couple sets of Zone Mortalis terrain, went through the process of magnetizing a bunch of pieces and just giving it a little bit of extra sturdiness. Now, obviously you don't have to do this. It just adds a little bit more sturdiness, like elements to the game. You could glue some key pieces as I have done, but the addition of magnets makes it so you can keep it completely modular. You don't have to worry about certain pieces or accessories sticking out. I've also added in like some cool lighting effects and everything like that. So again, if you haven't checked out that video, highly recommend it. There's a series showing exactly how I magnetized everything, how I incorporated LED lights, and in my opinion, it turned out super cool. So let me know what you think of these 2 new expansion packs if you're excited to play the new Necromunda. I like the idea of like the Dungeon Delver. Obviously, gang warfare is like the primary focus of Necromunda, but bringing some new elements to the terrain, bringing some new elements to the game and how you play it is definitely awesome. And while I don't always respond to every comment, I do specifically read them all. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. Make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I cannot wait to go deeper into the Hive. And I'm out of here.